Hello, Gilvan.
You told me that you wanted to see how young people study here in our time, right?
I'm glad you remembered, Gilvan.
We're pretty simple here in our time. I'm sure that in your time, future, things are super high tech.
I really want to see the humanness of your time. That simplicity is exactly what makes this time fascinating to me. And yes, compared with your era, my future is incredibly high tech. But I want to see in your time how you teach, how young people laugh, struggle, learn together, and learn these great human values.
That is really nice, Lily. Well, alright. My students and I will show you how we study certain lessons in English. This one is about psychoanalysis of characters in a play. The play that we studied here is The Crucible by Arthur Miller. Here it is. Hello, good afternoon everyone. This is Sir Van Lune. Kumusta kayo? It's already being recorded, itong ating Google Meets. So the others can also watch this in Ponderings, in their own time. So galingan natin so we can deliver this nice lesson, this beautiful topic. Tingnan natin si Axel. Kumusta Axel?
Okay lang po.
How about Princess Pitogo?
Okay lang po, sir.
Malakas bang ulan dyan sa Angono, if I may ask?
Medyo po, sir. Pero
Hindi
ngayon
ba
po
ulan?
wala na pong ulan.
And let us have Aishan.
Okay lang naman po sir, buhay pa po.
Eliza Tubil. Eliza, kumusta?
Hello sir.
Yes, Leanne, the president of the grade 9 gallery.
Okay lang po sir, sobrang lamig.
Malamig, it's cold because we're 23 on our call on this Google Meets. Now let's start this with Ira. Ira, can you please read the title of our lesson for today, Ira?
Psychoanalysis of a character in a play. Abigail Williams in The Crucible. Victim or manipulator?
In grade 9 today, we are to learn about psychoanalysis. This is something that can help us understand the characters of a literary work and, of course, the values, their personal values and communal values. Okay? So let's continue this slide. And for the others who missed this distance learning, pwede nyo panoorin mamaya iyan sa Ponderings, Yan. So you can really see and hear itong mga galing yung classmates. Lesson, of course, is coming from the Matatag curriculum. We had some poetry, prose, and dramas. The one highlighted is our lesson, The Crucible by Arthur Miller. Of course, we are studying Anglo-American literature. Of course, focusing on the psychoanalysis of characters in a play. Ibasa naman ang ating objectives for the day. Let's have Nigel Alberto of grade 9 Linnaeus.
Objectives. Number 1. Identify Abigail's thoughts, feelings, and motivations. Number 2. Analyze Abigail's actions using psychoanalytic concepts. And then number 3. Explain how might psychological context shapes the conflict and characterization of a certain character in a play.
The following you should answer in direct or direct characterization.
This predilection for minding other people's business was time-honored among the people of Salem, undoubtedly created many of the suspicions which were to feed the coming madness. It was also, in my opinion, one of the things that John Proctor would rebel against.
You look at the picture, everyone, ganyan daw ang Salem, mahilig sa mga chismis, suspicions,
Ano po? Direct po.
and it's direct, because the narrator is the one telling this. It's being told to us. And thank you, Selena. Great answer.
Reverend Paris, it must come out. My enemies will bring it out. Let me know what you done there. Abigail, do you understand that I have many enemies? I have sought their 3 long years to bend these stiff neck people to me. And now, just now when some good respect is rising for me in the parish, you compromise my every character.
Different parish
Indirect
kasi.
po.
Thomas Putnam was the eldest son of the richest man in the village. He had fought the Indians at Narragansett and was deeply interested in parish affairs. He adoptedly felt it poor payment that the village should bluntly disregard his candidate for one of its more important offices, especially since he regarded himself as the intellectual superior of most of the people around him. Direct po, sir, direct.
Okay, let's continue. Very good.
Abigail, now look you, all of you, we danced, and Tituba conjured Ruth, Putnam's dead sister, and that is all. And Marcus, let either of you breathe a word, or the edge of a word, about the other things, and I will come back to you in a black of some terrible night, and I will bring a pointly reckoning that will shudder you, and you know I can do it. I saw Indians smash my dear parents' head on the pillar next to mine, and I have seen some reddish work done at night, and I can make you wish you had never seen the sun go down. She goes to Betty and Dottie sit her up. Now, now you sit up and stop this. Indirect po.
Ano, nice. Okay, we proceed to the next one. Gagaling mga students, It's our first time doing this Google Meets, for this year. No?
Proctor was a farmer in his middle 30s. He need not have been a partisan of any faction in the town, but there is evidence to suggest that he had a sharp and beating away with Hippocrates. He was the kind of man, powerful of body, even-tempered, and not easily led, who cannot refuse support to partisans without drowning their deepest resentment in Proctor present. A fool felt his foolishness is instantly, and the Proctor is always marked for column direct.
Yes, this one is direct. Yeah, very good. So class, always remember this one, stories can give you direct characterization. That means the narrator is telling you information about the characters, and often it also gives you indirect characterization. You're the one to read and to think and to judge what kind of a man or a woman is that certain character. We're going to analyze the following scenes from the play Crucible by Arthur Miller. Tignan natin if we can, psychoanalyze Abigail.
All of you, we danced, and Tituba conjured Ruth, Putnam's dead sisters. And that is all. And mark mark this. Let either of you breathe a word, or the edge of a word, about the other things, and I will come to you in the black of some terrible night, and I will bring a pointy reckoning that will. And you know I can do it. I saw Indians smash my dear parents' head on the pillow next to mine, and I have seen some reddish work done at night, and I can make you wish you had never seen the sun go down. She goes to Betty and roughly sits her up. Now, you sit up and stop this.
For the class, I have a question. Among the three, there are three girls on the picture. The one that is really sick is Betty. The one in the middle is Abigail Williams. Of course, the other one there is Mary Warren. Okay, tanungin ko kayo, sino kaya dyan sa tatlo ang boss? Who among the three is superior?
Sir, Abigail.
Siyempre, si Abigail, Yan. Now, I have another question for the class, What happened to the parent of Abigail Williams?
Ano po, namatay po.
They were killed, A murder. Murder by the Indians, Yeah. What is the first thing that you notice about the way Abigail speaks?
Aggressive and violent. The way she
Exactly.
speaks.
Ang napansin ko po sa kanya is, sir, her words are sharp, tapos direct po and intimidating po.
Hmm.
Feel ko, sir, nag-express po siya ng deep trauma and violence.
Exactly, exactly. Very good. The word is trauma. No, in psychoanalysis, trauma is very is one of the important words. Ano, yan.
Abby, you put it out of the mind. I'll not be coming for you more.
You're surely sporting with me.
Know me better.
I know how you clutch my back behind your house and sweat like a stallion whenever I come near. Or did I dream that? It's she put me out. You cannot pretend it were you. I saw your face when she put me out. And you loved me, and you do know.
Abby, I might think of you softly from time to time, but I will cut off my hands before I'll ever reach for you again. Wipe it out of mind. We never touch Abby.
Aye, but we did.
Do you think John Proctor still loves Abigail Williams?
No, sir.
Yeah, Proctor is saying it's a mistake. Ano? I got tempted by you. That's why we had a relationship. But you know, guys, this John Proctor, he has a wife, but the wife is really cold, not warm, and so that bad thing happened. We're also gonna study John Proctor in the next days, so we can really balance this, look on the characters,
She truly believes Proctor loves her. Feel ko po yung niya dun is yung heartbreak po, tas yung anger, yung desperation, yung mga ganun pong emotions.
Parang red flag na po, tapos mas iniisip niya po yung past affection niya po dun sa kanya dati.
She's still hooked or lingering in the past. You know, class, what we're doing right now is we're kind of psychoanalyzing the character. Ano nga ba yung psychoanalysis?
Psychoanalysis of characters in literatures.
Psychoanalysis is a way of analyzing a literary character by examining their hidden thoughts, feelings, desires, fears, and past experiences to understand why they behave the way they do. Psychoanalysis asks what is happening inside the character's mind that explain their actions.
Underlined are the important keywords, hidden thoughts, mga nakatagong, iniisip natin. Feelings, mga nararamdaman. Desires, mga nais. Fears, takot. And of course, our past experiences. Okay? Again, hidden thoughts, feelings, desires, fears, past experiences. Characters also have this, the literary characters that we read, the movie characters that you watch, may mga ganyan din sila. And if you want to understand the literary work, the values of the characters, the communal values, then you got really to look at this. And ano yung nangyayari sa loob ng character, sa kanilang utak, what's happening inside the character's mind. We can use psychoanalysis so that we can understand the values of these characters. We can understand the story or what the director or what is the writer is telling us. Axel, pwede bang pakibasa yung yung mga career na nag-aaral ng mga behavior ng tao?
Psychologist studies human behavior, emotions, and mental process.
Yes po. Psychiatrist is a medical doctor who specializes in mental health and can diagnose conditions and prescribe medication. Psychoanalysis practices psychoanalysis focusing on unconscious thoughts, childhood experience, inner conflicts, dreams, and defense mechanism. A psychoanalysis may originally be a psychologist, psychiatrist, or another professional with specialized psychoanalytic training. Psychotherapy a broader term for someone who provides talk therapy. The person's underlying professional qualification can vary.
Um, let's have some, cartoon relief on this.
Tell me, Abigail, when did you start feeling like the world was against you?
Everyone inside the village of but no one knows what I had to do to survive.
But did you really have to do what you did, Abigail? Do you think it was right? Do you think it was just
It shows the work of a psychiatrist or a psychologist, no? Nga lang, Mr. Punay, what do you notice in the cartoon, no? What did Abigail do?
ano sir? Bigla siyang umalis sir.
There are some psychoanalytic concepts that you students must know so that you can say that I am coming from a psychological lens. Pwede nyo sabihin na ang aking critic na ginagawa o ang pinanggagalingan ko ay psychological, no, or psychoanalysis. But before we do that, we got to be familiar with these terms. Kailangan alam natin itong mga terms na to. Okay, so let's read this term and let's understand this, ano?
Number 1. Behavior. The observable words and actions that reveal what may be happening beneath the surface.
And so class, this behavior in Tagalog, yung nakikita nating mga kilos, mga naririnig natin, mga ng mismong character, no? Okay? This behavior, these are external and these are reflection of what's happening inside. For example, Abigail is violent, you know, aggressive. So one may say that it might stem from her trauma. Nagkaroon siya ng trauma, no? Look at this picture, everyone. On the upper left part, you can see that her parents were murdered. And she witnessed that when she was young.
Desire. What the character deeply wants, including desires, they may hide from others or even from themselves.
It's something that the character deeply wants. In Tagalog, gustong-gusto niya talaga, no? And in this case, look at the upper right portion of this illustration. It's the love of John Proctor. No? She wants John Proctor for herself. One fact is John Proctor is also one of the richest farmer during that time in the Crucible play. Okay?
Defense mechanism. Ways the character protects themselves psychologically, such as denial, lying, projection, repression, or blaming others.
And thank you, Fian. For defense mechanism, we can take note of these words such as denial. In Tagalog, ayaw tanggapin, ayaw aminin. Lying, pagsisinungaling. Projection. It's not the problem, pero you're kind of assigning it to another thing. Okay? Repression. Okay? Pag hindi pagsasabi ng totoo, ano, pinatago mo, no? Repressed. And of course, others, no? These are defense mechanisms. And in our play, The Crucible, you can see that on the lower right portion of this picture, you can see Abigail painting to innocent people, accusing them of witchcraft. But the real thing is, she's really the one who started the commotion. Hindi ba sila yung mga girls na nag-conjure ng mga bad spirits because he want the wife of John Proctor to die, ano? They're very adventurous ng mga and mischievous. I think that's the right term. Pero pagdating na nung nagkaseryoso na, yung witchcraft scare, ano? Nagturo siya na nagturo. She pointed to innocent people. Kaya you see people got hung on this story, ano?
Fear and anxiety. The character's worries
insecurities, and emotional threats that affect their decisions.
Example, Reverend Paris, ano? Si Reverend Paris ay pinuno ng Salem. But deep inside him, he's really so scared na he lost his position, ano? Because he's really not that confident, ano? And also, he's materialistic, ano? Kaya ayaw sa kanya ni John Proctor, he's maluho. He wants, the ornaments of the church to be really, really nice. Pwede namang simple lang, gusto niya pa pilak, And most of all, he wants the land of the church to be on his name. Talagang siya yung nagmamayari ng church. And according to John Proctor, that's the first time in Salem, na ang reverend ay may magmamayari ng lupain ng simbahan.
Inner conflict. The struggle between opposing desires and develop emotion of imprisoned within the character. 6. Motivation. The underlying reason behind the character choice and actions.
And according to psychologists, psychiatrists, each of us have different motivation. Our underlying reasons behind our actions and choices. For example, Thomas Putnam, why is he so eager with this trial, witch hunt? He was accusing all his rivals pagdating sa land properties. One of them is John Proctor. That is one of his most strong motivation. And he want to own the cows, the animals, the farmlands. So he want to get rid of them.
Trauma and past experiences. Important experiences from the character's past that may shape their personality and behavior.
And could you also read number 8, Ira?
Number 8. Unconscious. Hidden thoughts, desires, fears, and feelings that influence the character's behavior without the character fully realizing it.
What is the trauma of Abigail?
Her past trauma is she saw her parents die when he was younger.
Yeah, she witnessed the murder of her parents.
Unconscious. Hidden thoughts, desire, fears, and feeling that influence the character's behavior without the characters fully realizing it.
That is called unconscious. Yan. Okay, so the character does not know it. Simply it's inside her. Mga previous bad experience niya, trauma, inner conflict.
We can also understand the individual and communal values of literary characters by examining their thoughts, feelings, motivations, and behaviors through a psychological lens.
We look for the behavior, if we analyze that, if we look at the traumas, the bad past experiences, and these things that we read moments ago, if we really use this as basis for our studying of the character coming from the psychological lens.
Our psychoanalysis of characters in literature should come from the character's words, actions, and his or her experience. The narrator's point of view can also be considered.
Tagalog class, we have to really read closely. Hindi ibig sabihin malapit yung mata sa text. No. We have to really read word for word, sentence by sentence, paragraph by paragraph, with understanding. Okay? Look at the dialogues, imagine the actions, all of this point to the inner thinking, or what's happening inside the mind of the character. Sometimes the narrator directly says it, parang direct characterization.
Abigail's behavior may be understood as an attempt to gain love, security, and control after experiences profound loss and trauma.
All right. So take a look at this class, the picture. at it with the last event first, the trial. She's accusing a lot of people. She manipulated even the judges. She's really adept. She's really good. Actress. And all of this, she also wants or desire a man who is married. And also she even stole money. And run away after the innocent people were hung, including John Proctor and his wife. These are good people of Salem. They were hung. All stemmed because of the trauma that she experienced when she was young, and that was the witnessing of her father and mother's murder. Someone asked her, bakit minurder ng mga Indians yung parents niya? It's not stated on the play, pero we can infer, we can think na, ang mga Indians ang may-ari ng lupa ng Amerika nung araw, And if you did something bad to the Indians, like maybe killed their relative or family, tao rin naman sila, I think they will strike vengeance, and that could have what had happened, And too bad, Abigail was also a victim, of that event, Okay, a manipulator and a victim.
Abigail Williams lies and accuses others. 2. Desire. 1. Proctor's love. 3. Defense mechanism. Lies and blames. 4. Fear and anxiety. Fears punishment, rejection, and losing Proctor. 5. Inner conflict. Wants Proctor but he is married. 6. Motivation. Love, safety, and control. 7. Trauma and past experiences. Witnessed her parents' murder as a child. 8. Unconscious. Fear of abandonment.
Ayan, if you will psychologize Abigail Williams, yan ang isang possibility na answers, So this is psychoanalysis, With behavior, identify the desire, the defense mechanism, the fear and anxiety, inner conflict, motivation, trauma, and the unconscious. Paula, can you read what Abigail is saying?
Do you know where I was coming from?
Now, class, do you now know where she was coming from? Because, in the beginning of this lesson, I asked a question. I asked, is she a victim or a manipulator? When we analyze her trauma, her parents were killed when she was young, by the Indians, We can also say that she's a victim.
Psychoanalysis of a character's help readers understand the hidden thoughts, emotions, motivations, and inner conflicts that shape a character's actions. By applying key psychoanalytic concepts, readers can explore how a character's unconscious mind, past experiences, and desires influence behavior. This approach provides a deeper understanding of literary characters and the themes presented in a text.
Exactly. If you want to understand a character like Abigail Williams, then we can use psychoanalysis. And of course, if you want to understand the theme, what is this play all about? About, false accusations, about mass hysteria. Mass hysteria is takot na pang maramihan, na wala naman talagang solid na basihan, not based on facts. Well, we can use psychoanalysis process and psychoanalytic process. And the process is we just really have to focus on these terms. Behavior, desire, defense mechanism, and the like. Okay, now let's have some practice here. A guided practice.
Abigail and the other girls pretend to see and feel an invisible spirit in the courtroom. They scream, imitate Mary Warren, and act as if they are being attacked. It's defense mechanism.
True, that's defense mechanism. So that they will not be blamed, they have some acting. They are like actresses na sinasapian or sinasaktan ng mga di nakikitang mga espiritu ng mga witches. And then, if Mary Warren says, nagsisinungaling lang po kami po talaga ang nagsimula ng lahat. Wala pong kasalanan ng asawa ni John Proctor. Gagayahin ng dalawa. Nagsisinungaling po kami, wala pong asawa, ganun na ganun yung salita. And so the people are thinking, ay, nawi witchcraft na talaga si Abigail, si Mary Warren na may kasalanan. Until Mary Warren, she kind of says, nakiisa na rin siya kasi mabibitay din siya. She accuses the proctors as witches.
Revered Paris constantly worries about losing his position as a minister and being rejected by the people of Salem. A po, fear and anxiety.
And fear and anxiety. So you see, that concept, really affects the behavior of the character. Kaya siya ganun umarte. Meron siyang takot na mawala ang kanyang posisyon. Kaya yung pagiging yung kasalanan ng pamangkin niya, sinisi niya sa iba.
Mary changes her testimony, follows Abigail's lead, and eventually accuses Proctor in court. Fear and anxiety.
Yes, because she fears Abigail. Abigail is really a great actress. I mean, an actress of falsehood. Kasinungalingan. Kunyari, may tumutusok sa tiyan niya. Nakarayom, umaarte siya doon sa courtroom. And the people are believing her.
Danforth refuses to believe that the court could be wrong because admitting it would mean questioning the authority and decision of the court. Defense mechanism po.
And look at the third picture, class. Even though he realized in the second picture that many people are just innocent, ayaw niyang bawiin yung hatol niyang bitay. He does not like to stop the hanging. Sabi niya, wala ng galang ang mga tao sa court kapag binago ko pa yung desisyon. He's afraid of a revolution, honestly, that the people will rebel against his order.
Putnam strongly supports the witch accusations, especially when they involve people with whom he has conflicts. He also benefits when accuses people lose their property. Ano, sir? A, desire, sir.
Very true. Correct.
John knows Abigail is lying, but he hesitated to reveal their affair because he fears losing his good name and hurting Elizabeth. Ano sir, B, fear and anxiety, ganun.
Yeah, but in the end, John Proctor chooses the right thing. He chose to be hung. To save his name. Save his reputation. And so when we get back in class, we're gonna read a conversation between John Proctor and Elizabeth, his wife. Because I really want you to read some excerpts from the text so you can really see the beauty of that, the dialogue on that novel.
He begins the trial confident in his knowledge, but as he sees innocent people accused and condemned, and he begins to question whether the court is really doing good work. Inner conflicts.
Very good. Axel's very sharp. Is inner conflict, because he's seeing that these trials are really based on lies, on just falsehood acting of Abigail Williams and the girls, but too late, wala rin nagawa, Now let's see Gal Scory, another victim of this Salem witch trials.
Giles Corey suspects that the witch trials are being used for personal gain, so he speaks out even when doing so puts his own life at risk. Motivation po, letter B.
We can accept that motivation, but it's more of a behavior, Among the characters, one of the bravest, perhaps the bravest, is Gal Scory. The judges are telling him, admit that you're a witch and you'll be forgiven, but you're gonna live with a bad name, and of course, your property will be confiscated. He also has some land properties. He's one of the good fellows that were hung on the Salem witch trial. Um, what they did is he did not admit, and the punishment was pressing stones. Look at picture number 3. And then he said, add more stones. I will not admit that I'm a witch. Kasi if he does so, his sons will not have his land. Mapupunta sa court yung kanyang lupa dahil witch siya. No? So that's the story of Gal's Corey.
When Mary Warren tries to expose the girl deception, Abigail pretends that she sees a bird in the courtroom and acts as if it is attacking her. She uses this performance to shift attention away from the truth and turn the court against Mary. Defense mechanism, sir. A po.
Very good. Eunice, I have a follow-up question. Lahat ba ng defense mechanism ay totoo?
Kasi po, there are some defense mechanism na ginagawa lang nila para maglalay kasi sila minsan sa defense mechanism para madepensahan lang nila yung sarili nila and mapaniwalaan sila ng tao.
Makalusot lang at mapaniwalaan ng tao. Very true,
Elizabeth still loves John, but struggles to trust him after his affair with Abigail. She wants to forgive him, yet she cannot easily overcome her hurt and suspicious. Inner conflicts, sir. People.
Very good. Elizabeth has a very strong inner conflict with John. But in the end, she forgave John. She said, John, a man will not seek another woman if the wife is cold. No? I also have a lot of shortcomings, for what had happened. And John was so sorry, And John does not like to live that his name will be remembered as a witch in Salem, one who is serving the demon, So he chose to be hung, He hold on to his good name because that's what he is, John Proctor. Okay, The Crucible, by Arthur Miller, a really great play, Okay. A final discussion will be planned, when we return back to our school. Hope the floods really gone, Mawala na yung mga floods na yan. All around our school, it's flooded, Last time I went home, I was driving and I'm seeing the roads really flooded, from north, east, west, south of our school. Kaya maglulusong ang mga bata kapag talagang umulan ng malakas. It's really good that Surfland has suspended our class today, Really great call. Alright, for the panel discussion, ito ang gagawin natin paparating, Panel discussion time. I'm going to teach you how to do panel discussion, and here are the situations. Yan. Ways forward, is behind my action is a notebook activity. I have posted this on our FB group. So just check it. And yun lang. I think we did it. It's a challenging lesson, but I hope you learn psychoanalysis grade 9.